Rent had doubled and my last roommate bailed with no notice. Craigslist was a last resort, but I found a guy named Daniel who messaged me within minutes of posting. His message was short. Daniel, hey, I'm quiet, clean, and pay on time, can move in immediately. He attached a photo, mid-30s, average guy, polite smile. He seemed normal. We agreed to meet the next day. But when he showed up, he looked a little different than his photo. Older, paler. But I figured, whatever. Online photos are never accurate. Daniel was strange, but not in a dangerous way, just quiet. He didn't talk much, didn't leave his room, no visitors, paid rent in cash. At night, I'd hear him walking around after midnight, never heavy footsteps, just slow, pacing, like he was measuring the walls. One night I passed his room and heard him whispering. I leaned in. Daniel, I live here. I live here. I live here. I backed away and pretended I didn't hear anything. Then weird things started happening. I found my toothbrush wet even though I hadn't used it. My towel was damp, food missing. Once I found the bathroom mirror fogged up, with no one home but me. I asked Daniel about it. He just blinked at me and said, Daniel, maybe someone else is here. The next day I asked to see his ID for the lease paperwork. He paused, then smiled. Daniel, I'll get it from my room. He never came back out. After an hour I knocked. No answer. I opened the door. The room was completely empty. No bed, no suitcase, no sign anyone had ever been in there. It looked untouched. I searched the whole apartment. Daniel was gone. I checked the Craigslist messages. They were gone. The email, deleted, undeliverable. The phone number, no longer in service. I called the landlord to ask who had been paying rent for the last 2 months. He said, Landlord, you've been covering the whole thing yourself, man. You've been living alone. I hung up. Then I heard something. From the empty room, the sound of slow pacing, feet dragging softly across the floorboards, and a whisper, Daniel, I live here. I live here. I live here. I moved out 2 days later and every night since. At exactly 3:12 a.m., I get a text from an unknown number. Just 4 words. Text message. When's rent due again?